It is the Halloween edition of the Parkland Podcast, and we are hanging out in the coolest Halloween yard in St. Francis County. It belongs to this young lady right here, Vickie Visnovski. It's on A Street in Farmington. Thank you so much for having us out here
thanks
today.
for being here.
Oh my
awesome.
gosh, this is so much fun.
This is like the social event of the year for me. And the hat just really tops it off.
I think you need it. I think you need it. The hot glue is still drying on it.
Well,
it might be yours for a while.
I might get some scalp wounds off of this thing, huh?
Yeah.
I feel like Randy Macho Man Savage right now.
I know, right?
You need some armbands.
Oh yeah, I need some arms.
Hey. Okay, so my first question is, how many times do people stop and say something? And we've witnessed 3 since you've started.
Constantly, and I'm constantly like hoping there's not a wreck. We have the new stop sign, so hopefully that'll help. But yeah, I sometimes don't even pay attention. I'm just like, hey, keep going. But yeah. And at one point, the school bus driver said that they told the kids if they behaved, they would drive down in front of my house. So
nice.
It was pretty cool.
How'd you get the idea for this?
Really?
Okay.
I mean, I'm a retired high school art teacher, so, since I was little, I've been making stuff. I love Halloween. So, actually, years and years and years ago, I was in Metropolis, Illinois, home of Superman.
Yeah.
And there was this cool Victorian house, and they had it all decorated, and I was like, oh, I'm going to do that. And it just kind of went from there. So, I've been doing it for years.
How long have you lived here in this current
I've lived here 16 years.
And every year you've had a display?
Yep, every year. It changes constantly because I get bored with it, and sometimes I pull pictures out to see what I did, and I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. I'll move the graveyard around, but I'm lucky that my neighbors are all in on it. They love it. So,
what is it like here on Halloween night?
Insane. It's just if I have friends that come over to help me pass out candy, they have to park in the back because it's just backed up. Also, there's a man, shout out to my neighbor, a couple streets over, that has a haunted house for the kids.
Yes, on Center Street, right?
Yeah. So they kind of bounce back and forth, and then if the trick-or-treats happen to correspond that year with Halloween night, then when they let out, we just get, and I usually run out of candy before I, actually, confession, one year we ran out, and I told my friend, just grab it out of one kid's bag and stick it in the next kid's bag. They'll never know. Because I was like, I don't think they would can soup or anything. Like, we're out of candy, A
little public service announcement here. If you are driving on Halloween night on A Street and you are in a hurry, do not come by Vickie's house because it literally, I did that one year. It took me about 15 minutes to get from just down here to Karsh Boulevard.
Yeah, and then you get the poor Domino's drivers trying to get through because everybody's ordering pizza on Halloween night,
Right.
So anyway, but yeah, go ahead.
Tell us how this display began. Like how big of a display did you have 16 years ago and compared to today?
I'd say it just keeps building. You just keep your stuff. I was telling you guys earlier, it's not made to last. So they want it, the Spirit Halloween. I love Spirit, Home Depot and all that, but they don't want it to last. So if things break down,
so they can buy more.
You have to buy more, and you have to learn to plastic weld. But I would say I've started to go up.
Yeah.
At one point, last year I had my 12-foot doll up on the roof, and she just took too much wind. It was not. So I used to go up on the roof, but now I kind of avoid ladders. So, but yeah. Up is the way. That's with the big 12-foot skeletons and yeah.
Do you have a favorite?
I love the pink ponies.
That's good.
And actually, I will tell you, my favorite is the Wolfman with the purple bow on. He came out of my living room. He stays in my house. He doesn't get put away.
But, this is the Halloween thing, but what I've noticed in driving by here all the time is you change for the seasons too, don't you?
I do. I do all seasons. I kind of keep it kind of weird, so I know that's a surprise, but
Here's a story about Vickie. Back in the day, because we've known each other a long, long, long time, she used to be an aerobics instructor over at like Main Street Gym, I think it was. And all us guys would be in there lifting weights, and she was in with the gals doing aerobics, and she would always try to get us to come in and do aerobics, and we would say, no, that's for you girls, we're lifting weights. But whenever you did the ab work, we would all come in.
I forgot about that,
Yeah, and it would just wear us out.
Oh, yeah.
And now I can be honest with you on the podcast. Truth be told, we didn't think aerobics were for girls and it wasn't a manly thing. We were just afraid if we went in there and tried to do what you were doing, we'd end up throwing up after about 5 minutes.
Nice to know that after all these years.
Yes, true confessions on the Parkland Podcast here.
Awesome.
So I think probably the biggest question that people want to know is, how much have you spent on this display over the years?
He asked me that earlier.
That's a real horror story.
Yeah, no doubt.
I don't want to think about it.
Yeah.
I probably would not be driving a 2000 Subaru if I had all the money back that I've spent on Halloween. I don't know, probably 10, 15, 20,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where do you store it all?
I have buildings in the back, and I have to pack it all back there, and then I usually try to sort out, like, you know, what's going. I got a friend that he decorates as well in Fredericktown, and he kind of gets my leftovers sometimes, you know. But every year you kind of toss stuff out or bring stuff back. I just moved an inflatable that kind of went south on me. So, but yeah.
You can get lost in this just looking around.
I know. And at night, it's just a maze of extension cords. So that's why I have to keep. I used to let the kids in my yard, but there's just no way. I can't even walk through here without. You got to walk like you're walking in the back of a restaurant, you know, like a horse.
Pick your feet up.
Step gingerly.
And I don't even want to talk about extension cord to extension cord to extension cord. That's like, I'm sure some kind of fire code, you know.
How far away I know it's not just Farmington people that come by and look at this, is it?
I don't really know. I don't know. I mean, I don't have no idea, honestly. I mean, this is a main drag through town.
Sure.
So probably St. John or maybe Park Hills. I'm not, I don't have no idea. But a lot of times people tell me that if they have out-of-town guests come in, they always come by just to see what's going on out here, you know, because there's always something going on.
Now, you have a little bit of a political theme mixed in with your display.
I do.
How has that been received in the area?
Really well, as far as I know. I have seen some people that normally I think would stop, kind of get the gist, and then floor it and speed on. So it's kind of like you keep scrolling, you know, like you don't like it. But yeah, I actually was selling shirts. I made those shirts to match my sign. And so then my ploy was, if you buy a shirt, you can come in my yard and take a picture with my skelly.
Wow.
That's a 6X on that skelly. That's how big they are.
Wow.
I know, right? Yeah.
That is fantastic. Very, very cool. And we got people stopping by to check it out right now. Hi, how's it going? And
hey.
Yeah, it just happens all the time.
Thank you.
And we got a little guy in the back seat there. Hi. Oh, he's got his mask on. Yes.
Awesome.
Fantastic.
Same guy from Dollar General. I know if you liked it.
Oh yeah.
Right around the corner, so we always checking it.
There you go.
So what's
It's constantly changing.
Thank you. What time do people start showing up on Halloween to what?
4:45.
Wow.
I try to have. I give everybody a Tootsie Pop. So
While supplies last.
Do I?
While supplies last.
Yes. I'm trying not to downsize to Dum Dums because they're like, you know.
Right.
But I usually am prepared for about 1,200. But I run out. I always run out.
Wow.
I know. And it's mainly they just want to come. Last year I had cider for the adults, and the kids all wanted it, and I was like, oh, 3 cents a cup? Yeah, let's go. I'm all over that. So it depends on the weather. I might do that again this year.
So, go ahead.
No, I say, what's the next big theme after Halloween? Is it Christmas or Thanksgiving?
I do hippie Christmas.
Okay.
Or hippie holidays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hippie
so
holidays.
it's all, you know, and then I do Valentine's Day and Easter, and then May, and then I just take the summer off because I'm like, you know, I'm done with it by that point. I'm over it.
Okay, so November 1st happens, and it's time to make some changes, put things away. Typically, how long does that take to get your yard back?
I try to get it cleared out as quick as possible because honestly, by the time Halloween's over, people are pretty much done with Halloween. Like
Right.
they're ready for Christmas.
Yeah.
So I try to at least get it into my backyard and then get it up. You have to, you know, I have tons of cameras. Once the lights go off, you have to get everything out of the yard because things you can't even imagine how much stuff I've had stolen out of my yard.
I'll bet.
Oh yeah, they took Gene Simmons. I had an outhouse. They stole Gene Simmons out of my outhouse.
Yes, I remember Gene.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So yeah, just kind of a safety thing. You got it. But honestly, I haven't had anything stolen in the last several years. So, you know, who knows?
This has become a little treasure for Farmington, and they probably want it protected too.
I hope. I love that. Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, one year I had decorated for Christmas. I did Blue Christmas, and I had Elvis. And I got up and I was like, everything but Elvis's scarf was gone. I was like,
Elvis has left the yard.
Elvis took a joyride.
Elvis left the yard.
I can promise you.
Very, very cool. If somebody is interested in starting a display like this, what's your advice to them?
Save your money. Save your money up. Do not get a credit card. Actually, there's so many tutorials and DIYs.
Yeah.
I mean, expansion foam, hot glue, those are your friends. Expansion foam for real. Dollar Tree is a gem. Like those trees, those are actually foam noodles and wrap. Plastic wrap with a heat gun. So there's just all kinds of stuff you can do. I mean, you end up spending more than you think you will, you know.
Right.
But that, and then also Facebook Marketplace is not a good thing for Halloween. It is a good thing, but there's tons of stuff on there because people try to get rid, you know, like that's probably what I need to do is get rid of some of this and sell it on, but I get attached to it, so, you know.
So like when you first started this, did you seek the advice of other people who did it, or you said, I'm just going to go with my gut and what I like?
Have I ever sought the advice of anybody for anything?
I knew knowing her for 30 years, I knew the answer to that.
Oh, Halloween gurus. No, I just do what I want.
Yeah, I kind of thought that would be the answer.
Yeah, if you don't like it, like I said, keep scrolling, you know. Yeah.
Keep driving down A Street.
Right. My new favorite thing is that horse, but let me tell you, he is not very steady or sturdy, but he's cool. I love the horse skeleton. And the pony as well.
The Pink Pony Club.
Free candy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to kind of do a panorama of all this too, right?
Absolutely. So let's take the camera around and let's have a look at Vickie's yard now.
Vickie, thank you so much.
Thank you guys for being here. This is awesome. Made my day. Made my whole season.
This is ours too. Trust me.
Display will be here all the way through Halloween night. Come to A Street in Farmington and check out Vickie Visnovski's Halloween display. Happy Halloween to you from the Parkland Podcast.
Happy Halloween!